So now we are on the 9th episode for Yohanime. The last episode was about the festival and how Yohane lost her staff and she needed it to sing, but eventually they found it and the girl sang and it was a pretty nice song. But of course, now we're going to go on to the 9th episode. So if you want to watch the Yohanime, you need to go to Crunchyroll. That is the main official source. If you want to go watch it, you can go click the link in the description and it should have all the episodes there, but you'll need a premium subscription to watch it. Otherwise, I guess you could always use your other less official sources. So without further ado, the 9th episode, we had the kind of a flashback to a long time ago where Yohane was with Laelaps and it was a dream. So Yohane was dreaming about that, but you know, she's just being lazy and doesn't want to get up. And Laelaps is telling her to get up, but Yohane's like, I don't have to do anything because I did the festival and stuff, but that was a week ago. And since then, Yohane has done nothing and been lazy, which I totally understand. Sometimes you just want to be lazy. But she's like, I did my homework, I'm good, I don't need to do anything else. But Laelaps asks her, so you're doing your homework, so are you going to go back to Tokai? That's what you wanted to do, right? And Yohane pondered about that, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, I had to think about that. But then Laelaps is like, alright, well, I'm going to go out, and I'm going to do something important, because today is an important day. So, Yohane's like, okay, I guess. But she's like, what's going on? So she decided, I gotta go and follow Laelaps. And Laelaps is just doing things, visiting people, helping them out. But Yohane's like, I gotta figure out what's going on here. So she decides to start sneaking around. And then she finds Rico, who's taking some notes and stalking Laelaps. But I think that's more of a usual thing for her, because she wants Laelaps to be the official animal of Numazu. And I guess Ruby, he's here too as well. So the girls decide to go and follow Laelaps around. When Rico's like, why are you following her anyways? And Yohane pulls out the Sunita kind of feeling. But then while she was arguing with Rico, they lost her. And now they can't seem to find her, and neither does people. So she decides she's going to go visit a bunch of the girls and try to see if they can go find and help her. And basically, they are trying to help out, but they don't know where they're at. So they got to pull out $1 million. And everyone starts going around. But then there's some rumors that start to spread around where Laelaps actually kidnapped or something really bad happened to him. So the rumors triggers alarms and basically goes ballistic. And basically got alarm all the bells and such. And it's an emergency and the world's going to fall apart because Laelaps is meaning everything Numazu. So she ends up going to a car, and she then decides to pick up Yohane and tells her not to do anything rash. Oh, like what you're doing right now, Daya? Don't you think what you're doing is a little rash? But she ends up picking her up and decides to go around. And if they do find Laelaps, they got to go at Plan D, which, D for Daya? Is that what Plan D is? Yeah, I don't know. So, anyways, she's making it so that everyone knows that she's Numazu's treasure, and we gotta find her, else I guess Numazu's screwed or something like that. So then she decides that she's gotta yell out to everyone in the streets that you need to find Laelaps and let her know immediately if you're able to find her, even though she was just walking around. But it's very important. And then we see Mari, who is eating a sandwich, and then we get to see it's a very shiny sandwich. Shiny. Yep, we got that line, of course. It ain't more without that line. But we get back to all the girls are flying around, and then we get $1 million. They got into their suits and disguises and to help look out. Yohane was driving by, and they see this nice looking lake, so she decides, I'm going to go and check this out while Dai continues in the car. And she decides to follow Pat because this feels oddly familiar. And then she gets to a point, and suddenly it clicks for her. She was with her mom here at some point. While she's reminiscing and walking around, we get to see that Laelaps is actually right there the whole time. But she remembers that a long time ago, this is where she met Laelaps. She was crying, probably because she got lost, I'm guessing. And then suddenly, while she's reminiscing, she heard a cat meow, and it's in top tree. So that good old tired trope. So, alright, I gotta go save the cat. What could possibly go wrong? So as she gets up there, the cat starts slipping. And then she's like, oh shoot, I gotta die for that. Oh no, I'm gonna fall off. Who could have seen this coming? But don't worry, Laelaps comes and dies and saves Yohane. Oh great, but you still gotta save the cat there. So now and then Laelaps like, alright, I'm just gonna go jump up here. And then Yohane's like, alright, now it's time to go save the cat. And oh no, the cat's losing its grip. It's gonna fall off. Oh no, Yohane dies for the cat again. And she grabs the cat, and Laila's like, oh god, okay. So then she has to dive again, and they get to save the cat. Woo, yay, everything's better. Crazy stuff. So Yohane's like, yeah, thanks for helping me. Very important that we save that cat. And she says, oh yeah, did you know I was following you this whole time? And Laelaps like, yeah, duh. But then they go talk about how this is where they met a long time ago, and this is in fact where she kind of adopts Laelaps. And she asked him out, can I adopt him? And she said, yeah, but you have to promise me 3 things. What are those 3 things? Well, first and foremost, you have to remember that you love her. Second, you have to make sure you make up after all your fights. And third, something bad happens, don't forget to smile. Oh, okay, I was expecting to see something like, make sure you take care of the dog and bring the dog on walks and feed him. But, okay, sure, I guess. I mean, be friends with her, I suppose, and don't be meanie faces. Might as well said that. But anyways, they talked about that and how they grew up with each other, and they're kind of like best buddies, and how they love each other so much. So I guess this is an anniversary of this, but they never really specially said what was so special about this day. But Laelaps also adds on top of that she promised something, and that was that she'll stay with Yohane's side until she's all grown up. And Yohane's like, yo, we're gonna be like together forever, right? And then she says, yeah, of course I heard you. And that was her response to that.
Hey, I love you.
Dude, shut up! That is awesome sauce!
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I might be going to Venezuela tomorrow. Forever.
So, yeah, I don't know if that's exactly the best response there. You probably should have said something a little better than that. But anyway, she's got something more important to tell her. So she says, Yohane, yo, I gotta tell you something. Your magic didn't actually start that day, which of course we're thinking probably way back when she was really young, and oh, that's how magic started, right? Well, before she gets to fully tell what's going on, all the girls come to the show and say, yo, Yohane, Laelaps, we found you. Everything's great. Everything's amazing. And I gotta say, there was a very interesting imagery that you see when it contrasts to these 2 images. We get to see Yohane with all her friends, and then Laelaps in the distance by herself. And I feel like that is some powerful symbolism that we get to see, as how Yohane kind of has shifted from initially where she was with Laelaps to now with all of them. And then they also showed us flower that showed multiple times before with the petal coming off. So, last thing we'll show you is the preview for the next episode, which of course is called See You Soon, Yohane-chan. And we get to see, at the very end, Laelaps is by herself, kind of in the darkness, I'm guessing in their house, being all alone. So, in the end, there was supposed to be an important message, but of course it gets cut off, because how else do you build suspense? But if it was that important, shouldn't you still went out of your way to tell Yohane that's something that was so critically important? Or maybe, she's too shy about it? I don't know. But if you're best friends, I thought you would still tell them. But anyways, definitely, with those 2 images I showed you earlier, that kind of really shows the thing that's going on here, and potential that Yohane is finally growing apart from Laelaps. And you remember the line where she says, I'm going to stay with Yohane until she grows up. Now, I guess the question is Yohane grown up now? And now the fact that she's grown up, got new friends, does Laelaps have to stay with her anymore? And of course, with this, maybe she's realizing, especially when they end the episode calling See You Soon, Yohane-chan, maybe she is going back to Tokai and pursuing her dream now that she did her homework, more or less. And now that she's going to leave New Banzu behind, she did what she wanted to do, and now she's going away. And I feel like that's the direction it's going, but at some point probably it's like, Laelaps is going to come out of her shell and say, yo, I want you to stay, and all your friends want to stay, and you're needed here more, and you could still potentially make your dream come true here in Numazu, and you don't have to go to Tokai. And, that's kind of what I imagine, especially based on the kind of style of storytelling we're getting here. You know, nothing bad can happen. It's all gotta be happy in the end. So I feel like that's kind of where the story's going. But it definitely kind of shows you that they're trying to subtly show that Laelaps is feeling that Yohane is growing apart from her and moving on from her. But I'm sure in the end, they're going to say, oh, this doesn't have to be. We can still be friends. I'll be friends with these girls. I'm going to be friends with you too. Everybody's friends and all that. And just because you're grown up doesn't mean you have to leave me. Or maybe she'll bring up Tokai. I don't know. Whatever the solution is. But probably the solution is she stays in Namazu. Because why would it not be? Honestly. But I gotta say, most of this episode was kind of like, what's the point? But I guess towards the end, you start to really see what they're working towards here. That Yohane's, growing up now. And she's learning more responsibilities and being able to help people out. And that's kind of, I think, the direction they're trying to tell us about Yohane. And she's finally ready to move past the girl who was trying to make it happen in Tokai. But, maybe she doesn't have to do that. So that's at least the way I see it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comments below. And what are your predictions for episode 10? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think it's different than what I'm predicting? I feel like what I'm predicting is probably one of the more sensible options out there, but I guess they can go out and surprise me. I'm not against that if they want to try something different. If they want to do something bold and way out there, have Laelaps sing a song. Oh, that would be so weird. But hey, if they want to do something different, they could try doing that. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.